Oh, what is up, guys? Kid of Wrestling here, the best British WWE talk show podcast on the internet. 5 reasons why the brand split is a good idea, and I mean a good idea. Number 1, gives you a reason to tune into each show. Now, obviously, there was always a reason to tune into Raw anyways, because that's where all the main storylines were going on. And then they sort of, on Smackdown, they had sort of a little bit of a continuation of the storylines, but it was like 20% of the continuation of the storyline, while 80% of the stuff was just going on Raw. So it was like, if you want to just added a little bit extra of storyline in there, you want to get into it a little bit more, then watch Smackdown for 20% of it, but watch Raw for 80% of it, and I'll be like, well, what's the bloody hell's the point in watching Smackdown? And I think that because now there is a brand split and you're tuning into each show, they both have reasons to actually tune into each show now because there is now a brand split. It actually gives a brand identity to each show, which is number 2 reason. You now can tune into SmackDown, you know what you're going to get from SmackDown. You tune into Raw, you know what you're going to get from Raw. It's not just like a Raw. That SmackDown is no longer like a Raw replay like it seemed to be over these past couple of years since there's been like, a brand split. Where there hasn't been a brand split. Number 3, enhances competition and storyline between Stephanie and Shane. So as you know, Stephanie and Shane are having this massive feud right now of power, saying who's going to run the show better. Now, obviously, storyline, and I think that it actually enhances it because it adds competition. People want to tune into SmackDown to see what Shane does with SmackDown. People want to tune into Raw to see what Stephanie does with Raw. And I think this builds up a great feud between them, leading on to future pay-per-views. Now, the thing is with this, when it was before, like, they were just both trying to run Raw, and I felt that, yeah, this was interesting because they're both making different decisions and trying to work together at the same time. But I think that this is now even better because they're actually on separate shows now, and they're going to be competing with each other for ratings. Now, obviously, it looks like Raw's probably going to get the most ratings, obviously, because it's Raw. It is the main show, but it gives a reason for people to tune into SmackDown. A lot of people like Shane McMahon, so people are just going to tune into SmackDown for that, and the competition aspect is always good to the WWE. So the 4th reason, it gives new guys to win world titles and to be used more. So I really do believe this. I think that now that there's going to be a world championship on SmackDown, it's going to give reasons for AJ Styles to get the championship, reasons for Dolph Ziggler maybe to get the championship again, reasons for all these up-and-comers, this new era to win the WWE championship, and it builds up more storylines, it builds up more feuds, which can be good for pay-per-views. And it's just good overall for the WWE. And then the 5th reason, it gives them a reason to have Survivor Series and other brand style pay-per-views again, because you have SmackDown versus Raw again pretty much. So I think that it's amazing. I think it's a great way. I think it's fantastic that there is now a WWE brand split between Raw and SmackDown because they both now have the brand identity. You can only tune into SmackDown to see these particular wrestlers, and so happened there's a big pool of wrestlers going to SmackDown, there's a big pool of wrestlers going to Raw, so no doubt there's going to be some of your favourite wrestlers out there. I think you'll agree with me here, you've probably got some favourite wrestlers that are on SmackDown right now, you can only watch them on SmackDown, same for Raw. Now that gives you a reason to watch both shows, whereas before it was all like colluded together and it just didn't work for me. So I think this brand split is a good idea. If you agree with me, leave a comment in the comment section down below, give the video a like, and if you are new to the Kid of Wrestling, the best British WWE talk show podcast on the internet, then do not forget to subscribe before you leave this video. See you guys later.